Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty back with Last Kiss Before Summer. 7 days left. We're still at the beach. I hesitate at the water's edge, seized by apprehension. Get a grip, Shorty, it's just the ocean. I feel someone grab my hand and look up to see Susan frowning at me.
Do I really have to show you how to do everything? Let's get you in the water, okay?
My apprehension is replaced by amusement as I notice the smile Susan's trying to hold back. A part of my plan to get you to pay attention to me.
Ha! Here, let's get you on this float.
Jolie comes over and the two of them steady the float as I climb on.
How is it?
It feels like a waterbed. When have you been in a waterbed?
Okay, now that's something I haven't experienced.
Really? Somehow that makes me happy. I want to know how we experienced a waterbed. Let's take a moment to enjoy this amazing swimming art. Wow. You know, you'd think they'd jump at the chance to draw the girls in swimsuits. I'm just saying. Julie and Susan laugh as they pull the float out into the water where Mira is swimming around happily. Mira has ascended.
Look at this shell that I found.
Mira proudly shows me her find. Oh wow, it's perfect. No chips or anything.
It must be my lucky day. Here, I'll give it to you.
Thanks, Mira. I'll treasure it. For about a week. Julie is still dressed, like, fully. The girls swim around and we splash at each other for a while before Julie rests her arms and head on the edge of my float. Are you feeling okay? Julie smiles and nods while looking up at me.
I'm just getting tired. I think I'll go sunbathe on the shore for a while.
Susan also still fully dressed.
That looks like a good idea. I gotta work on my tan. You guys go ahead. I'll take care of Shorty.
She's gonna put the moves on me. Julie and Susan head to shore and Mira props herself up on the edge of my float and smiles.
There's something I want to show you.
You're not going to flash me, are you? Is it some kind of sea creature, or are you going to do a trick? I'm going to ask if she's going to do a trick because I don't trust her at this moment. Are you going to do a trick?
A trick? What do I look like, a dolphin?
You're right, you're cuter than that. Mira blushes and I pat her head, making her even redder.
Sorry, I don't know any tricks. What I wanted to show you is actually a special place of mine.
Special place with all the water. How can you tell where's where?
Do you see that rock over there? The one jutting out of the water? I want to show you that.
Mira points off to the distance and I see a small rock island. It's rather far, isn't it?
Maybe for most people, but I was on the swim team in junior high, so I'm a powerful swimmer.
I wasn't. If you're sure. Mira grins and gives me a thumbs up.
Leave it to me.
Mira swims around to my back and pushes me all the way to the rock island. Oh wow, it has its own shore and everything.
Yeah, which is good, because I always need a rest before making the return trip.
I get off the float and we set it on the shore, while we sit at the water's edge, letting the waves gently lap at our feet. Mira turns to me and smiles.
So what do you think about your first beach trip?
Better than I imagined. I wish it'd come sooner, or you're here, so it's perfect. Saying I wish I'd come sooner. I wish I'd come sooner.
Did you ever want to as a kid?
I was always curious because they had it on TV and in comics, but I knew better than to even ask.
So coming to the beach was a dream you didn't even know you had.
That's a perfect way to put it. We stay like that for a while before Mira stands up and stretches.
I'm starting to fall asleep, so maybe we should get back before I end up taking a nap.
Nap does sound good.
Yeah, but we're in direct sun. If we go to sleep here, we'll wake up as lobsters.
That is definitely not on my bucket list. Mira laughs and readies my float.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Here, get on.
I get on the float and Mira leads me back out onto the water. Mira works to push me back toward the shore, but after a while I notice water getting into the float. Oh no! It sounds like this might actually be like a raft. She's not splashing me, right? Where's the water coming from? Oh no, we got a leak! I use my hands to try to remove the water, but more keeps appearing. Mira, I think something's wrong. Mira looks up and gasps.
Darn, I thought the float was feeling weird.
Meanwhile, this is a lawsuit right here. This could have got me killed. What's happening? Mira starts to frantically look around the float.
There must be a hole or tear somewhere.
Is that really how floats work, though? I mean, wouldn't the whole thing deflate? How did that happen?
I don't know.
She looks back and forth between the beach shore and the island we were just at.
The rock is a bit closer, but then we'd be stuck there.
Mira's face twists in panic, and suddenly she's screaming toward the shore.
Julie, Susan, someone help us!
Before I know it, the float collapses and water is swallowing me up. Wow. Susan, Julie!
Help us! Shorty!
Mira's screams fill my ears just before they're flooded with water. Mira grabs me and I'm not sure what direction she's going, but she's trying to pull me somewhere. We're gonna sue these people before I can find out where the world goes black.
Why didn't you listen to me?
Sorry, I just wanted to have fun.
I'm here for a reason, Shorty. I don't want you to lose your last chance.
What do you mean listen to you? What did you say? My last chance for what? Saya, my last chance for what? 6 days left. This is a familiar feeling. Once again, I wake up in the hospital with a weight on my chest. Will it be a different girl this time? Julie again? Pat my hand on her head and pause, looking down. Oh, it's just Hal. No, it's Mira this time. That means we gotta be in the hospital once more so Susan can do it. Her eyes flutter open sleepily and she looks up at me smiling.
Shorty, you're awake.
Her eyes suddenly go wide and she bolts up. I hope her mom comes in and is just like, we are suing that float company.
Shorty, you're awake. I gotta call the nurse.
She goes to get up, but I grab her wrist and shake my head. No, not yet. I liked how that felt.
How what felt?
You, here with me.
Oh, I see. Like this?
She rests her head on my chest again and I nod. Also, Saya's comment makes me think that maybe we can save ourselves.
Alright then, we can do this for a little longer. How are you feeling?
Like a cat running out of lies, extremely lucky, or well, I have a cute girl sleeping on me, so I'll say lucky because we didn't drown. Extremely lucky.
Lucky, you almost drowned.
That's my point. Yes, almost, but I'm still here, right?
Barely. The doctor said it was a miracle you survived.
See? Lucky.
I'm sorry for being so stupid to have taken you out to that rock. I thought about it since it happened, and I think the float must have gotten a hole when we pushed it off the rock to get back to shore.
That's why you lift it, you don't push. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Sure, there was kind of rough.
But not just that. I should have gone with one of the other girls at least. I overestimated my strength and...
I put a hand on Mira's shoulder and she looks up at me. Hey, Mira, stop that. I pull myself up to a sitting position and Mira sits up as well. You can't go spiraling like that.
But I'm so afraid that you'll hate me now.
Hug and reassure Mira, tell her not to be silly. Oh, there go the gems. Because we gotta hug her. I lean forward and hug Mira, pulling her as close to me as I can from a position on the bed. Mira, I could never hate you. Mira's voice breaks as she starts to cry on my shoulder.
I was so scared you were gonna die.
She pulls back to look at my face, wiping at the tears on her cheeks.
I've never been that scared in my life.
Anyone would be, Mira.
I know, but when I knew you were okay...
She hugs me tightly again, whimpering against me.
I was so worried that you would hate me.
I lean back and put a finger on Mira's lips, stopping her mid-sentence. Mira, you never have to worry about that. I kiss her on the forehead and brush away her tears. She smiles weakly and closes her eyes while taking in a deep, shaky breath. You gave me an unforgettable experience, Mira. It was worth ding-dong ditching at death's door. Wow. Mira laughs and pushes gently at my chest.
It's not something to joke about.
But it is. If we can't laugh about it, then life is too scary, right? But I'm sorry for scaring you. Mira hugs me again and speaks softly against my neck.
I didn't want you to go. I'm not ready for you to go. We only have a limited amount of time to spend together. I don't want it to be the reason it got even shorter.
I'm still here, okay? There's no reason for you to beat yourself up over something that might have happened. Mira nods and looks at me with a smile.
You're right. I'm overthinking this. But let's not do anything too dangerous from now on, okay? I want you to be here as long as possible.
Well, we still have a week. Best not to say that. Oh, yeah. We still have time, and I want to spend as much of it as I can with you. Mira smiles and nods before brushing her fingers along my cheek.
Then let's make every moment count.
She leans forward and kisses me softly. Wow. They're just shipping us with all these girls. How many moments can be like that one? Mira giggles with another blush.
As many as you like.
As she kisses me gently again, there's a knock at the door. We really need a hair mending for this game. Mira jumps and flushes red as she settles down in her seat just in time before the nurse opens the door. Well, nice to see you've decided to join us in the land of the conscious, Shorty. How long was I out? Just overnight, but I don't like how you keep winding up in the hospital, even if you are one of my favorite patients. One of? Who's my competition? The nurse smiles and gives me a wink. Can't tell you. Patient confidentiality. Sayuri is still alive. She's in a coma. She looks at the monitors and takes some notes. Well, everything's looking good, so I'll have the doctor come in. But we really must stop meeting this way. I'll do my best to stay out of your hair. We all laugh and the nurse heads back out of the room. 5 days left. Wow. Just skipping 2 of them.
So this is it, huh?
I sigh and open a book, resigning myself to a day at home. I guess so. I could barely go up and down the stairs without winding myself.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Your body is starting to shut down, so things are going to get rough on you these last few days.
It's best to just take it easy and relax.
I sigh and close the book again, hitting my pillow.
But there's just so much more I wanted to do. You did so much these past few weeks, though, right?
Yeah, but it's like that saying. The more you know what you don't know. Everything I did made me just want to do more.
Do you regret it then, stepping outside of what you knew?
It's the best choice I've ever made. I think I should have done it differently, or does it even matter? So it's the best choice I made. It's the best choice I've ever made.
Really? You can say that so confidently?
Yeah, if I really think about it. I mean, in just a month I did more than I've done in my entire life. I just wish it hadn't taken a death sentence for me to start.
Hey, Shorty, you in there?
Is that Susan? It's always Susan. I go to the window and look outside. Sure enough, there's Susan. In her swimsuit, no less. I head outside to meet Susan and see that she's carrying a bag with a watermelon in it. Hey, what are you doing here? With a watermelon, no less.
Came to check up on you, and...
She holds up the bag and glances at the watermelon before looking back at me.
Well, Julie and I went through all the trouble of buying this thing, and we never got to bash it. So are you going to bash it with me or what?
What about the others?
Unfortunately, they didn't do too well on their tests and need to do remedial classes today. I'd wait, but I'm afraid this will go bad if we wait too long, so are you up for it?
Do watermelons go bad? All right, show me what to do. Wow, that was kind of horrifying. This became Higurashi for a second. We take turns blindfolding each other and hitting the watermelon until it is broken up onto pieces on the lawn. And now we're both covered in juice. Wow, we did not plan for this. This is kind of gross.
Yeah, that's why we do it at the beach.
I mean, you were wearing the same thing.
My clothes feel so disgusting right now.
Offer to take her up to your room to change, or offer to get her a towel. Well, she doesn't have anything to change into. But I don't know what to pick. I don't want to lose my gems, but also, like, to change. I don't know what to pick. I don't want to spend the gems, and I think it'd be weird to invite her to our room, but if her clothes are awful, like... Well, we're nearing the end of the game, so I'll offer to take her to the room. Hey, why don't we go up to change? I think I have some clothes you could wear. Susan laughs and shakes her head.
Oh man, you realize this is the second time my clothes have gotten ruined around you? This is so embarrassing.
If it makes you feel any better, I took a mess this time. I look a mess this time, too.
That does make me feel a little better.
We laugh and head up to my room. They better draw a new sprite for her. When we get to my room, I dig through my drawers and find some clothes that I think might not be too big for her.
Susan wouldn't be caught dead in that. Nope, not that one either.
I try to keep from groaning at Sai's commentary as I search.
Oh, that one. That's at least a color she likes to wear.
I nod and pull them out. How about these? I know they aren't exactly your style, but... Susan takes the clothes from my hands, looks at them, and tosses them on the bed. Are they that bad? Susan steps forward, her face incredibly close to mine now.
They're fine, but I have other things on my mind right now.
Other things? Her fingers brush across my cheek and down the back of my neck, making my face tingle.
Yeah, you see, Shorty, that incident on the beach really made me think. I keep losing people suddenly. I could be next at any time.
You shouldn't be thinking like that. I like this music. Her other hand copies the first, and they link together behind my neck as she tilts her head up, her breath falling on my lips.
I'm not being morbid, I'm being practical, realistic.
I'm not following. She's trying to put the moves on you.
And I'm not staying. Have fun, Shorty.
Sai disappears as Susan continues talking.
What I'm getting at is that we don't have time to play coy or go by others' rules about good timing or whatever. I've been holding back. I've been letting fear get in the way. But now I'm gonna go for what I want.
Susan's lips meet mine and her arms tighten around my neck as she presses her body against mine. Susan, what are you... She kisses me briefly again before taking a step back toward the bed and pulling me with her.
You see, we don't know how many opportunities we have left, so we have to seize them as they come.
What kind of opportunities are we talking about? Wow, really dense.
What do you think, Shorty? Do I have to spell it out for you?
Is this really happening? Does she want to study with me? Please do. I know you like being the boss. Susan laughs and starts kissing along my jaw until she gets to my ear and whispers,
You can't die without being with a girl at least once, right?
She pulls back to look at my face, an eyebrow raised in question. You make a compelling argument. Are we seriously just hooking up with her? Susan smiles and comes in for another kiss as she pulls us down on my bed. We spent a long time together. Wow, I guess we just hooked up and just... We didn't even get a choice about that one. After Susan leaves, I'm ready for a nap. I should have appreciated my energy while I still had it. I feel like this should be more impactful to him. But as I flop down onto my bed, my eye falls on the purple envelope on my desk. Is this serious music? Darn, that's Susan's letter. I get up and hold it in my hands. I still need to give it to her. I wonder what's written inside. Now they've stopped even trying to give us new ones. So just continue on. There's the game with the 8-year-olds again. 4 days left. The day after Susan's visit, I wake up determined to go to school and see everyone. However, just getting dressed wins me and I have to sit down to make the world stop spinning. Get me the wheelchair. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record at this point, but you really need to just take it easy. You can't kill yourself trying to go to school. I know, but I just can't stand the idea of wasting away in my room. I want to spend my last days with the people I care about, doing fun things, you know? Yeah, I get that, but if you push yourself too hard, what's to say you're not going to croak in the middle of class? Not cool to traumatize everyone and all. She's right, but damn it, why can't I be stronger? Saya hovers her hand over my shoulder. You are strong, Shorty. That's why you've made it this far. She has freckles. I end up staying home, texting the girls as the day goes by. It's nice to talk to them, but it's nothing like being there with everyone. I start to drift to sleep when my door suddenly opens. Guess who's here? Oh good, they're all here. Mira sings as she walks through my door with a big grin, followed by both Julie and Susan. What? How did you guys get in? Your brother let us in. We thought that you might be lonely, so we came to cheer you up. And it's not like we had anything better to do. Well, thanks, guys. It's kind of boring here, though. That's okay. I'm sure we can think of something to do. 3 girls and 1 guy? What could go wrong? Maybe we could play a game? Do you have any board games or card games? Board games? Seriously? We're not 8. Oh, I know. We could play Truth or Dare. Oh, Mira's going for the dangerous route. Now that sounds like fun. Let's do it. Well, since Susan's given us her seal of approval, it's decided, right, Shorty? Sounds good to me. I'm more on the board game front. I don't like Truth or Dare. Perfect. So, Shorty, Truth or Dare? Wait, why me first? Truth or Dare? I'm going to say Truth. Okay, Truth. Which of us do you think is the cutest? Answer carefully, Shorty. This is an attack. You're all cute in your own ways. What a cop-out answer. Julie looks around and picks up the empty soda bottle from my desk. Let's use this to determine who goes next. My real answer, I think, would have been Susan. Although in the school uniforms, I think Julie is the cutest, but in the normal outfit, it's Susan. Not that Mira's normal outfit is bad. Very practical, Julie. Let me do it. Mira grabs the bottle from Julie and we sit in a circle on the floor. Here goes. Mira spins the bottle and it lands on Julie. So what's it going to be, Julie? Truth or Dare? Julie blushes and shifts her weight nervously. Let's do Truth. What would be good to ask? You got any ideas, Shorty? What should we ask her? What's your worst habit? What's the strangest dream you've ever had? Or do you have any hidden talents? Also, do you have any hidden talents? I was going to do the dream one, but if her dream is embarrassing... Do you have any hidden talents? Hidden talents? Yeah, Julie. What have you been hiding from us? I guess I'm very good at picking fruit. I would say that's weird, but the watermelon you picked was top tier. Let's move on, shall we? Julie, eager to get the spotlight off of herself, spins the bottle and we watch as it lands on Mira. Alright, give me a dare and make it good. How about you dance without music for a whole minute? That seems like something she could do easy. How embarrassing. Ha, that's too easy, see? Mira gets up and holds a hand out to me. Care to join me? I'd love to, I'm still a little tired. Or hey, this is your dare. I'll say I'd love to, even though I'm probably too weak. I'd love to. Hey, she said for you to do it. It's not as much of a dare if you have a backup. She never specified. Mira giggles as she takes both my hands and we start dancing. That's more like prancing around and waving our arms up and down. Julie giggles and snaps a picture of us as Susan counts down the minute. At the end of the dance, Mira gives me a kiss on the cheek. Thanks, Shorty. That was fun.
Okay, let's keep this party moving.
Mira spins the bottle and it lands on Julie again. Poor Julie.
But I just went. Them's the rules. What's it gonna be, Julie? Truth or dare?
I think she should go with dare this time.
I do too. How about it, Julie? Gonna let us dare you?
Okay, I'll do a dare.
Awesome, Julie. I dare you to kiss Shorty.
I mean, I think she's done that like 6 times already, but I can't keep track of these girls. Kiss me? And I also don't think that's a good dare. Like, don't ever dare someone to kiss someone else, even if they like each other and everyone knows it. Wow, she's fine with this.
Just as the question leaves my lips, Julie gives me a quick peck on the cheek.
I turn to look at her as she curls up into herself, blushing hard.
No, that was way too chaste. You have to do it right, Julie.
No, she did it. Leave her alone.
Yeah, maybe I should have been more specific. Let's say 7 minutes in heaven? Oh, even better. Yes, let's go with that.
What's 7 minutes in heaven?
Exactly what it sounds like. You two go into a closet together for 7 minutes and whatever happens, happens.
I look at Julie again, but she's hiding her face.
So what do you think, Shorty? You gonna go for it?
Spend 7 minutes in heaven with Julie, or say Julie's already... I'm gonna say she's already fulfilled her dare. I mean, first of all, this game is so freaking horny. It's almost as horny as Time Only Knows. I look at Julie, who is still hiding in her embarrassment, and shake my head. No, Julie's already fulfilled her dare. It wouldn't be fair to her.
Dude, that was your chance. You know, most guys would have jumped on that opportunity. I guess Shorty is more of a gentleman than we thought. Alrighty then, Julie, spin that bottle for us.
It's gotta land on Susan. Julie does as she's told, and this time the bottle points to Susan.
I'll take the dare. Julie, how about you think of one this time?
Julie gets up and walks around the room before picking up a frog toy from my desk.
Susan, I'd like you to jump around this frog.
Susan laughs but takes up the challenge, jumping around the room and knocking into my desk. Susan tumbles over and a few things fall down on top of her. Is one of them the envelope? Susan, are you alright? I rush over to her and she smiles apologetically.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm sorry I knocked everything over like this.
We start to clear up the items that fell and I notice a purple envelope among them. See, I was right. Ah, Susan, this... I hand the envelope over and she looks at me in surprise.
What's this?
Sorry, I kept forgetting to give this to you. It's one of the things I found in Sayuri's room. I think it's for you. Susan silently takes the envelope and goes to my bed, sitting on it as she reads the letter. As she reads, she starts to sob.
Susan, what's wrong?
Why are you asking her that? You guys read the same letters. Well, similar letters at least. We rush to her and she looks up at us.
It's not fair. Sayuri was thinking about us. She trusted us until the end, but...
Susan sobs again and Julie brings her some tissues.
I feel like I betrayed... Like you what, Susan? I betrayed her.
How did you betray her? What happened? Did she know about the tumor? Susan looks around at us again, taking a few deep breaths before closing her eyes and hanging her head.
I found out about Sayuri's sickness, but my father, he forbade me from saying anything to anyone, even to Sayuri. You knew? Oh, Susan, that must have been such a weight. He said that Sayuri's parents thought she would be able to fight it better if she wasn't saddened by her diagnosis. But it's cruel to keep it from her. That's what I thought. I wanted to tell Sayuri so badly to help make sense of everything. But each time I tried, I could hear my father's voice telling me it would make things worse for her.
Susan covers her face with her hands and sobs again.
What kid should have to keep that kind of secret?
I suddenly realize there's crying coming from behind me too, and I turn to see Saya walking over to the bed. She tries to hug Susan, but her arms go right through her. Saya looks at me with desperate eyes.
Shorty, tell Susan I forgive her.
Huh? Forgive her?
I am Sayuri. Sayuri Yamane.
Wow, that was what Saya was. So you're Sayuri?
What are you saying, Shorty?
I put a hand on Susan's shoulder. Susan, Sayuri forgives you.
You don't know that. Frank the dog, purple pineapples, marshmallow pizza, tell her.
Huh? What are those?
Just say them.
Susan, Frank the dog, purple pineapples, marshmallow pizza? Everyone gasps and looks at each other in surprise.
How do you know about those? Did any of you tell him?
Julie and Mira shake their heads. I know this is going to sound crazy, but Sayuri is here trying to talk to you. We're all shocked by this plot twist, by the way. I really thought it would be a picture that we'd see and be like, oh my gosh, that's Saya. Susan looks around the room.
Where's Shorty? Where is Sayuri?
I point to where Saya is standing, tears streaming down her face, and Susan turns to look toward her.
Sayuri, I miss you so much. I'm sorry. I miss you too. Me too, Sayuri. Tell them I want them to be good friends again, okay? Tell them my only regret is that me leaving tore them apart. I relay the message and the girls hug each other, promising to Saya that they will be friends again. We'll do it. We'll be friends again. Starting today, we'll rebuild our friendship. Saya looks on, hope and sadness written all over her face. Julie and Mira head home, but Susan stays behind to talk with me. I didn't used to believe in fate, you know. But now, with what happened today, maybe fate is real and it brought you to us. I guess I have a purpose after all. Susan laughs and takes my hand. I heard that Mira keeps taking you on dates. How about I take you on a date to my favorite place?
Want to date with Susan or say you're too tired? Well, I'm going to go with her. Because Susan is my top pick right now, and after that, it just kind of feels like we should. You know what? A date sounds like a great way to end the day. Susan smiles and nods.
My thoughts exactly. Let's go.
Your favorite place is the aquarium?
Yes, is that surprising?
Susan laughs and we buy our tickets.
We got here just in time. Looks like they're about to stop letting people in.
Is that fate too?
I'd like to think it is.
We walk around looking at the different exhibits, and I learned that jellyfish are Susan's favorite sea animal. We stand in front of the tank, watching the life inside swim around peacefully.
I could sit here and watch them swim around all day. It's so calming. They're the opposite of what's going on in my mind.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Please tell me your parents at least took you to the aquarium as a child.
That is one thing they did let me do. We laugh and sit down on one of the observation benches. Though I'm kind of jealous of them.
The fish, because they're so carefree.
That and the whole knowing how to swim thing. If I knew how to swim, maybe I wouldn't have had that accident at the beach. I mean, swimming kind of requires good lungs. Susan gasps a little and turns to me.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Huh? What for?
You almost drowned and I bring you to an aquarium? That's so... Wait, why are you laughing?
Because you act so tough and unaffected, but you're actually kind of considerate, aren't you? Susan blushes and turns her head away.
What are you talking about? That's just good manners.
I put my hand on Susan's and her head snaps back to look at me in surprise. I'm glad you brought me here. I'm having a good time, honestly. Susan's face softens into a smile. Despite you barging into the school and ruining my academic reputation, she laces her fingers with mine and looks back at the fish, smiling somewhat dreamily.
I'm glad I met you.
Yeah, I'm glad too. I'm also glad she was the one we hooked up with as opposed to one of the other two, because that would have been weird. I turn my head to watch the fish as well, but then turn to look as Susan again as a warm lips press against my cheek. What was that for? And she just smiles and rests her head on my shoulder, scooting a little closer so that our sides touch.
Is it okay if, do you mind if I see you every day until the end?
I squeeze her hand and rest my head on top of hers. Yeah, I'd like that.
I would too.
3 days left. The girls come over again the next day. Susan and Mira chat excitedly, telling me about everything that happened at school and occasionally speaking out at Saya. Is she still here? I thought she passed on. But I noticed Julie hasn't said a word. Ask Julie something's wrong, throw an arm around her, nudge her, and give her a smile. Ask her if something's wrong. Hey, Julie, is something wrong?
Oh yeah, Julie, you've been quiet all day. What's up?
Julie shakes her head.
It's nothing. Don't give me that. Of course something's up. Now spill it. Julie, didn't you say you had something to ask us about today?
Julie nods, but still seems hesitant. It's okay, you can tell us. What is it? Julie takes a deep breath and stands up, looking at each of us in turn.
I have been thinking, and I don't know if any one of you would want to do this. Maybe it's a silly idea, and will you stop trying to talk yourself out of it and tell us? Yeah, it's not often you're the one starting things.
Julie closes her eyes and nods, taking a deep breath before speaking again. I want to do this ritual called Sachiko Ever After, so we'll be together forever.
I've been thinking about everything, and now that we know what happened, I think we should say goodbye to Sayuri properly. How about tomorrow night we hold a party in her honor?
There's silence for a moment before Mira bursts out laughing.
All that apprehension for that?
Mira stands up and puts her hand on Julie's shoulder.
That's a great idea. Let's do it, guys. Let's have the best goodbye party ever.
Oh, thank goodness it's a chapter end. Oh, my throat was starting to get sore. So, what did you all think of the shocking reveal that Saya was Sayuri? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!